everything is impermanent. The separate self does not exist. Nirvana is the ultimate reality. Nirvana is the ground of being. And the ground of being is also the ground of all beings. When you're in touch with the ground of your own being, then you're in touch with the ground of all beings. That brings out these beautiful attributes of love, compassion, kindness, joy at the success of others, profound peace, equanimity as he calls it. So what are the causes of suffering? It's the hallucination of the separate self. It is being attached to the idea of permanence in a field of impermanence. So now we know the causes, okay? And actually it defines them a little bit more. Not knowing who you really are, which is the ground of being. Clinging and grasping at the impermanent. Being afraid of the impermanent. False identity and the fear of death. Which is, remember, he came from those places. He was afraid of death. So he says, these are the things that you're afraid of that cause your suffering. Now, there's a way out. The way out is to wake up from the delusion of all that is causing your suffering. I've given a modern vocabulary to the ancient insights because it makes it easier for people to understand. So give up being right, give up arguing, because everybody has a point of view. In fact, that's all we are, a point of view. Whatever you put your attention on will become stronger in your experience. Whatever you take your attention on will disappear from your experience. So take your attention off the banal, the trivial, the mundane, the separate self, the anger, the resentments, the grievances, the fear, and put your attention on evolution, on creativity, on intuition, on insight, on inspiration, on conscious choice making, on creativity. So, you do your spiritual practice every day. Take a little time to center yourself. Take a little time to ask yourself meaningful questions like, who am I? What do I want? What's my purpose? How am I going to contribute to the greater good? And settle down in your own self and begin to reflect, begin to go into the experience of self-inquiry, reflective self-inquiry. Ask the big questions and take time to turn off the internal dialogue. I think Buddha's teachings become very practical if you just do it in steps. And the first step for me has been mindfulness. Observe. Don't rush into reactivity. If things are bothering you, stop. Ask yourself what's going on. Observe your breath. Center yourself. And if you begin with that, then everything slowly follows.